Hey guys, it's Treyas. So this is the race video you're watching right here. I set up the phone on a bench against my water bottle, managed to get as much footage as I possibly could. Around the mile split, I believe someone with jeans walks up and blocks the shot view for when I'm running up by the starting line. So you'll just notice that. But yeah, this race, I'd say overall, it was run as about expectations. I was going into it with the indicators of sub 240 marathon fitness, which is a 10:23, and a sub 34 10K fitness, which is a 10:12 for a full clean 2 mile. And you can tell by the fact that we're starting that far behind the normal 400 meter starting line. So with those goals in mind, I was kind of jumping in this race with the idea that I'd just try and see what I could possibly do and just get a feel for, running fast again. I'd say overall, my biggest limiting factor was the speed and actually being used to running that fast, as well as somewhere a mental block for the fire necessary to kind of rally and compete with other people. Towards the end, I started reeling the second place dude back in. Spoiler alert, I got third place. And I could have kicked a little bit harder, but I didn't. I was also thrown off by the fact that they were saying 1 mile to go in the announcer's booth. But that was actually because the first, I think, 3 to 5 places were that far ahead of everyone else that it just made sense for them to announce that for the majority of the people running. So right there's the start. So yeah, the first mile, I'd say went pretty well. I'd kind of locked into a pretty solid pace. First lap was a little bit faster than I'd expected, given that I was trying to go out in a fairly conservative effort. That said, it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. Towards the second lap, as you can see coming up here, I kind of just started tucking in behind this guy. I think I stuck with him till about 1K to 1200 and then just kind of started doing my own thing. He ended up coming back to me, so I guess that's a good sign for me in the sense that I was at least doing a good job trying to hold on to pace. Like I said, I think my biggest limiting factor was maybe just going lactic a little bit earlier than expected. I probably got lactic around 1K to 1200 meters in, honestly, and then I was just kind of riding it out, not really grinding, but just kind of getting that cruise control, keeping the pedal on, trying not to I wasn't in the stage where I was feeling like I was fighting off dying, but I wasn't at the stage where I could really find that extra gear and start turning over to make a move or something. So yeah, and physically it was completely great, honestly. Breathing was fine. I'd say the overall form was great. I never had to go back to those kind of mental cues. So overall, I think it's just a pretty solid effort. This indicates somewhere around 34:15-ish, I believe, for the 10K. So we'll see how this weekend road 10K race goes. And yeah, earlier I'd actually noticed that I'd run at the stadium before as a senior in high school. And during that time, I'd actually run a 10:03 3200. And I believe that converts to about a 10:07 open 2 mile. So pretty nice to know that at least I'm somewhere in that same fitness 4 years later off of taking this much time off and with this little training. So I'll see you guys later. So you guys will have just watched the video. It's actually the morning after. Just kind of want to give some more thoughts on the race, after, kind of thinking about it overnight. Overall, I was pretty pleased with how it felt. Like I said, I wasn't, excited, but I'm not disappointed either, for the fact that most of the training has been fairly aerobic. Speed isn't really there, and it's only been about, a week of concentrated training so far. But overall, I think feeling pretty good about how it was and what it indicates fitness-wise. It's supposed to indicate sub 240. Obviously, there's a huge disparity between a 2 mile and a marathon. But yeah, and then it indicates somewhere around a mid 34. So yeah, that feels pretty good. Today, I'm just doing pretty nice and easy 10 miles out on some trails. Gonna do a couple strides afterwards, trying to just keep it loose and easy. Body actually feeling surprisingly good after the race last night, so we'll try and keep that up. So we just finished the 10 miles. I hopped in the bathroom, washed my face a little bit. Yeah, it went pretty well. Got a couple strides in. Tomorrow I'm just going to do another pretty easy run, maybe just progress a little bit. I might actually, at the end of it, just do, after doing 7 miles easy, at the end do 2x at about 324-ish with 400 jog, just to get used to what 34-ish 10K pace will feel like. So that's what we're going for this weekend on Sunday. Tomorrow I'll just do an easy pre-meet, just an easy 4 miler. So in the comments below, I'll actually start taking predictions for what you guys think I could run in the 10K on Sunday morning. I'll link the course map. It's supposed to be pretty fast. That said, my track record of 10Ks, much less a road race, have been pretty low, or at least pretty poor. And this 2 mile was already a little bit slower than I would have liked, or indicative of sub 34 fitness. So we'll see how that goes. So like I said, I'll take those predictions for the 10K below this weekend. Like I said, I'm aiming for sub 34. I'd say sub 35 is for sure in the bag, given that the training has been a bit more aerobic compared to the 2 mile. But we'll see how it goes. If I get a sub 34, I get free entry into another race, which would be really nice. And then that starts paying for race registration fees as they go on, if they're not compensated entry. So that's the aim here. So yeah, I'll take those predictions, see how it goes. And then my next video will probably just be the 10K race video. Because it's like an open road course and it's a single loop, I don't know if there'll be any footage. I'll try and get the pictures off the course that they provide, and put them in the video, but otherwise it'll probably just be a race recap and a little recap of how the training went over tomorrow and then the pre-meet day. Next week will be a full solid week of training, so I'm really excited to bring that to the videos next week. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.